Well, my graduation for now has not been cancelled. It has been set to be postponed in an email. So I'm very glad that it did, because I've been planning the graduation since last summer, because I feel it's a big thing for me. Because as I said, I'm not really planning to do masters, so I think it's gonna be my final, big goodbye to education. And even in my family, who supported me to go into university in England, it's gonna be a big thing. My dad never been to England, so they bought tickets in advance, and everyone was preparing. Even my grandma went to a doctor to see if she can fly. It was a big event that was supposed to happen, and it's not going to happen now. But maybe it will. I'm still waiting, because I really want it to happen. I want it to happen even if it's going to be winter. I'm waiting for that moment to stand on that stage and just wave to my parents like yay, and just I don't know. I feel like it should be happening even if it's going to be postponed, because we've worked really hard for it, and for some of us it's going to be a final stepping into being adults, and it deserves a celebration. Even if it's going to be in winter, it's not going to feel the same, of course, because it's going to be after we start working, and you kind of forget what university was, but I still feel it should happen.
So officially graduation has been postponed. It was to September, but that's been postponed again. But we recently got an email wondering if we would be interested in a virtual graduation. So being able to do it as a course and over Zoom. Or the other option was, would it just be a in-person one? Personally, I'm indifferent to it. I don't mind. I prefer everyone to be safe. But following on that idea of closure that Agata brought up, we haven't really had this closure to the university experience. I haven't seen course mates for a good 4 months now, and it's really odd. And we're trying to fill up the gap online, doing pub socials and stuff like that. But I think once we do get to graduation, it will be that really wonderful experience that we've all been looking forward to.
Do you think that you would like to have a Zoom graduation, or how would you feel about that? Or would you prefer, say, waiting till next year to have your graduation?
I mean, I personally opted for both. It would be good to do something when we get our certificates through the post, but at the same time, I don't mind. As long as everyone is safe, that's all that really matters to me. And I know a lot of people on my course are just not bothering with the idea of a Zoom one, or they're basically saying, well, if we can't do it on that stage, what's the point? So I'm just grateful to have the option.
So yeah, we have the same. So we've got 2 options: to attend a virtual Zoom graduation and get a clarified, certified degree, or to suspend the degree award and wait for a ceremony date, which they think might be next winter. The only thing, and if you decide to do one, then you can't go to the ceremony and stuff like that. So it's like a choice. I don't particularly, for me anyway, I don't particularly feel that bothered. I mean, I know it's a significant life event. I mean, in some ways it feels like it's not over, and in others it feels like as soon as they said that, it was just done, and that the ceremony feels futile in my mind. But I guess it would be wonderful to see everyone again in after such a long time, and such a lovely, ceremony. It's like that, closure, and maybe it would mean more later on.
Yeah, I mean, I think on the general theme of it being postponed, it's been postponed with no date. I don't know. I mean, we've heard nothing about it since, so I don't know if that means they've picked a date and they haven't told us, or they just haven't even considered thinking about it yet. I really wasn't expecting to care. I really thought I wasn't going to care, and then they cancelled it, and I realised that I really, really cared, because because as soon as it's announced, you start making fun of the whole process. And we got our gowns from Vivian Westwood. And they were £1 million, and we weren't going to get many seats, and it was the problem after problem. And then they cancelled it, and I realised that I really, really, really wanted one. It was kind of hard. It shouldn't have been difficult, but there's not, I'm not many people in my family have gone to university. There's not been a, graduation for a while. And so I don't know whether, I don't know whether that made it matter more or if I'm just overly sentimental about it, but I kind of miss it. I wish it had happened. And I'm starting to think that it might not, but they haven't threatened Zoom yet.
Well, how would you feel if they came back to you and they said, even if it was, at the end of coronavirus, so maybe starting in September, that your graduation was going to be in a month? How would you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'd like it. I would have preferred it to happen at the end of the year, but I'd like one. If anyone's asking, if anyone's asking me, I would have liked one. And it doesn't really matter where along that it eventually happens, but I would like one.